Yo, hello there everybody and welcome. So we're going to be doing the Deadman summary here for January the 10th, 1942. So what is exactly going on? There's not a whole bunch being done right now. We are going to be going for the next attack at Singapore. I'm really hoping that's going to be actually successful. That would be superb if it was, but we wait with bated breath. We wait with bated breath. Now, I was really tempted to actually send the 60th Sentai to Luzon, but I'm going to keep the 60th Sentai here for another day or two, really. We'll see, really, how that turns out. We do need to have more investment in Luzon, really, in terms of actual bombers, but that will be coming. I was considering actually attacking over here at Clark. What I'm going to do is continue to wait, continue to bombard, of course, continue to bombard and wait. I really want to see if that's actually held or not, to be honest. That's going to be an intriguing one. But yes, what we're going to do then is we're going to build up the amount of damage on the airfield over here, and then we'll begin the process of attacking. That's what we want to do there. It's not going to be easy. But nothing ever is it really? We do have a light cruiser group that's going to be headed up that way. We do have another light cruiser task force over here, sorry, not group. Group makes it sound like multiple light cruisers. We have a light cruiser task force. We do have another one that's actually headed north to Tokyo. That would actually be ultimately headed over here to Paramashiro-jima. I am moving additional assets to Paramashiro-jima. I'm going to move in a base force to Itorofu. Actually, no, moving two base forces to Itorofu for the time being. One of them will be moved elsewhere, probably to Paramashiro-jima, after we take some engineers from Paramashiro-jima. I want to really have Itorofu and Paramashiro-jima actually held by a base force each, so we can actually build them up and make use of them, really. Try and make the Kuril Islands actually defensible, if possible, really. Can be done. You can do things there. Now, we were quite happy to see that the forces in Malaya had surrendered here, which is good news. As we do have a 4th Division, the detachment there, heading down to Singapore to link up with the 4th. These fellows have finally arrived over here at Tamalaban, which is good news. What I'm going to do then is actually have them sent via rail to Taiping. I think it is major rails. I think it is major from there. Yes, it is. Okay, so they're going to head to Taiping and then head to Georgetown. I'm looking forward to actually reunifying the actual divisions over by Georgetown, really. That's going to be a lot of fun. So over here. Well, this is a big question here, really. I was tempted to actually have one of these squadrons move out this turn, to be honest. But in fairness, I really want to make sure the job is done, to be honest. I really do want to make sure it is done. I'd like to increase the amount of rest of these squadrons I get in here, though, to be fair. The reason why, I don't know. If I was going to send one of these zero squadrons anywhere, it would be likely towards Bangkok. That would be the likely destination. And it might actually be worthwhile doing so, to be honest. There's a great deal of bombers, a great deal of fighters over here in Burma. We have seen bombers attack Bulmian. It probably is worthwhile having zeros there. I'm really trying to consider where else they might be useful. I could potentially have a squadron moved out this way, but I don't think so. I think really what we're going to be doing then is having a squadron support operations in Java, but I think, yeah, I guess we're going to have to send another squadron out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep them here for another turn. The reason being, I really want to make sure that we can clear Batavia if we can, really. That'd be nice. What I'm going to do then to actually try and increase the amount of attacks this turn is I'm going to have all the level bombers here actually fly in on the airfield attack there. So that's going to include the G4s too. Yes. So a couple bombs. Just a couple. We still have a G4s over here for a naval search, so we're still running there, which is fine by me. Okay. But yeah, I want to make sure we try and hit Batavia as hard as we can. And then I think I will retire the, at least a 0 squadron. I think we'd retire a 0 squadron. Possibly even 2 0 squadrons to Bangkok then. We really need to have a good amount of, like, oomph out there, you know? Like a good amount of, yeah, that's what we need. They're going to be shipping out from Manado, which is good. We're going to have our forces assemble at Balikpapan. We had an AK arrive at Kandonai today. I've put some actual supply on the tender there, but I'll likely have that then transferred down to Kopang or to Makassar. And likely to Kopang, so we can actually rearm the heavy cruisers out here. well, the heavy cruiser when it does move out here. That'd be excellent. Try and hunt down those AKs and deal with them, really. Going to continue to hit sort of Bayer's airfield. Yeah, it's one of those, really. I mean, well, I could probably go lower over here, but I think this is the airfield I want to keep suppressed. We'll see. The reason for that is I want to try and prevent him from building up fortifications. He can build up fortifications here due to the large amount of engineers, so it's difficult to try and keep it damaged. We'll see. We do have the Babs out here that run reconnaissance. We're running cap over here, but really, is there much point? Yes and no. The point of running the actual cap over here is to actually have the airfield. There is a temptation to build the airfield up, but I don't think it's worthwhile eventually, Marson. Maybe one day, but I don't think so. There's other air bases in the area that are fine, so that's okay. What I'm going to do then is, let's see, might have Mogami move in. Okay. It's an interesting thing because I do have the MK-BB over here. I do have the actual well, sort of the Key 43 when B's actually running escort over at Ustavan. The question comes down to, where do I really want my service assets? And it's a difficult question to ask. Well, to answer really. To ask is easy. I could do with actually transferring a Naval Guard unit out to Ustavan once again. So I can actually have them flown, sorry, not flown, have them transported. That would be nice. I'm going to go ahead and move the AA regiment over there to Ustavan. Take some nice guns out there. Yeah. Right, what we're going to do here then. She's been running reconnaissance over... Begins with a K. Ah, over there. I'm gonna have to double check that, make sure that if it's actually empty, holy moly, that'd be good for us. Right. Run it over Semarang as well. What we need to do now is identify where we're gonna land. That's the important one now. There's no port there, which is rather annoying. Okay, running out of that. Yeah, so we don't have a reconnaissance this time. I want that reconnaissance really, really bad. I think I'm going to have Mogami move over here to Ustavan. Though, do I really want to do that? I think it would be worthwhile to have them be able to move out things possibly amphibiously, or via the fast transport method, so we can take Cocos and Christmas Island. But we will have forces that could do that. And in fairness, I could potentially have these guys head back down there. What is that? That's the size 1 port. It's a size 3 port. We could probably look after it, to be honest. I might even have these fellows actually transit to... the destroyers could do with some repair. It's an interesting one, really. It is an interesting one. I think it's probably best to get them away from there. So I think we are somewhat exposed, aren't we? But then we know there's submarines over here as well. I want to get some mines established over here. Actually, do we still have the mines? We have 4 mines. Okay, well, it's better than nothing, I guess. I don't know, it's a difficult one, but while they're there, they're safe at least. I might go ahead and actually send... yeah, I think we'll go ahead and send 2 heavy cruisers there. Additional destroyers, and then at least we can actually form like 2 proper surface groups. They might come in handy, but I want to have an option here. Not a terrible fan. It does worry me that. I think we'll probably be okay having the G4s. We'd still have the G4s over here. I think I'm going to up their numbers. At least on search, that is. Okay. We'll see. We'll see. So we do have these fellows over here. Now they're going to come in handy in the near future. I should have actually kept them separate. Are they actually armed? Oh, that's Kashai. Okay, we'll actually have her head out. I'd like to have her head back to Japan, to be honest. The reason comes down to they're actually really quite good for like long-range transportation of things that you actually want to arrive. So I'll have her head out to Tokyo. At least then I can actually have things transferred there. I do have additional aviation engineers moving to Luzon, which is great news. I mean, things are getting better now. They're certainly getting there. And I'm looking forward to when we can actually seriously move upon Java. If we can sink 10 ships, that'd be great. I mean, there's a good few APs in there. I'd love to sink them. We might get some luck with the submarine over here. We'll see. He turned to go this way, but we do have another sub moving out that way. We have a sub moving that way too. So we should ideally find them. Now, I do have ships over here moving into the area. I really want them to move into Celebor, so I can actually reform the Naval Guard units over here. But I'm going to use them as some sort of a cap trap. I've also moved transportation squadrons over here to Hollandia. They're going to be then moved down to Rabaul so we can get stuff moving. Right, they're currently flying supply, which is not exactly needed. So let's take a look over here at Lei. So Lei is being built up. Lei doesn't have that many engineers actually, so 128, which is still a good amount. But not a tremendous amount. Rabaul's been built up pretty quickly. We do have 244 engineers and 12 vehicles here. So that's going pretty quick. Yeah. Okay. Tulagi. Tulagi has 72 engineers. No. Tulagi does need more supply, however. That's what we need. I'd like to go ahead and take control of these islands, and then I can actually use them. So I think for now, what we might go ahead and do then is, let's go ahead and see what we have here in terms of ground forces. There's a lot of construction engineers. Not a lot of aviation engineers, but a lot of construction engineers. I could actually start transferring, like, Naval Guard out there, but I don't think it's worthwhile. I don't think that helps us. Yes. Well, they're prepared nonetheless for Port Moresby, so that's going to be fine. Yeah. Need to take Buna, but I don't have paratroopers to take Buna. What we need to do then is just take control of this area. We do have the A5 M4s over here, we do have the Zeros as well, so that's looking good. If we can take control of the actual skies, then I'm going to be quite happy. Right, I'm going to have them actually stand down here and rest. All transports can rest. Right. It's going to be quite some days before you're ready. Fighters running cap. We have you guys running naval search. In all honesty, I don't know why I'm not running that from Lei. I should really run that from Lei now. Yeah. Let's see. What I'm going to do, though, is actually... let's see. How much aviation support do we have here? I've got plenty of aviation support there. Okay. What I'm going to do, then, is transfer... Actually, I'll rebuild it, and I'll have it transferred to Lei. There we go. Do we really have 3 ops losses there? I'm hoping that's from elsewhere, but that... I don't know. I didn't look what the numbers were beforehand, actually. But yes, we're going to have 50-50. Divide. Right. You can run night search. Oh, you can't run night search, never mind. Okay. What I'm going to have you do then is actually run reconnaissance. We'll go for 20,000 feet to be sure. And then we'll run reconnaissance over Moresby. We want to get an idea what the hell's going on in the area. These guys are in naval search, that's fine. So they're running out to 18, so 18 is actually pretty good. So we actually will have information down to Townsville from Lei, which is actually really quite good. You can see it's 24 from Rabaul. So that's actually quite some distance there that we've actually moved, which is good. Yes. It does make me wonder if it's actually worthwhile. I mean, we've got to have Zeros at Rabaul. due to the fact that Rabal could be potentially targeted, so that's something to bear in mind. But it's helped out our situation in terms of naval surge. I mean, I'm in an R about this, but I think it is something I do want to do. I don't like doing it, but I think I have to. What I'm going to do then is actually transfer these guys to Tanawa. I'm not a super fan of it, really, because I don't like taking assets away from the Coral Sea, especially when we're so much in the unknown. But we do have more submarines out here now. There's many of these submarines that are actually using float planes too, so that should be okay. It gives us a little bit more. We do have protection out here to Talagi too. We do have fuel actually that is going to be on its way to Talagi. But I find it hard to justify having the Kidipati so close to the periphery with very little information in the area around. I think that is something that we can't really afford. Have you run like that? Might even have you transferred to a ship, to be fair. For Otaka, could potentially have you transferred there. Yeah. They've got a couple of reserves, so they'll be up to strength shortly. But this is it. It gives us 20 naval search out here now, which is good. It's a little bit further there. But it helps to actually complete the information that we have here. So if we take a look, that's 20 out from Talagi. Also 27 there. It's 23. 20. It's 20 and 20. So that is a point where we do actually have the naval search arcs. Well, the actual naval search actually cross over there. So that's good. But it gives us information importantly over Baker Island here. Canton Island, I think, is actually, yeah, it's outside range unless I go to max range. But having information on Baker Island is really good because that's the staging base that we've seen before used. And this is it really. We need to know where the American carrier is. There's likely another American carrier out here somewhere. We need to know where that is, frankly. And if I can actually get that information, that's good. Right, I'm going to have the actual Oilers move to Jelowit, and have the Kidavatai actually move to Jelowit as well. We're preparing now. What I've gone ahead and done then, just for a little bit more safety, is I do have the actual battleships and the heavy cruiser. There's one heavy cruiser here, but the battleships are separated to their own task forces with destroyers. I did very much worry about the carrier being potentially torpedoed, because we know there's actually a submarine here. We do have, apparently we have some mines. We've got 5, but I don't know, 5 might do the job, you know. But we do have some patrol boats and patrolling there. But what I did is I transferred the actual zeros from the carrier to the airfield. So that's running the actual cap there. I do have the carrier over here, the Akagi truck. I'm going to be moving the Akagi out in the near future. I might even have her her aircraft actually transferred to the other dock. But we do have some aircraft that we do need to resize, but we'll see how things go. I really want to get an idea of what's going on here. I'm not a big fan of not knowing exactly what's going on. I'd love to get more reconnaissance aircraft, man. Love to get them. So what I'm kind of thinking about is maybe transferring one of these squadrons. Really, yeah, to be honest, I'm really considering transferring them out into the Pacific. Like, 14 isn't a humongous amount of range. I mean, do these guys actually have decent reconnaissance, or is it just naval search? Oh yeah, that's some good reconnaissance there. That's some good stuff. Yeah. I think that is going to be required. We're definitely feeling a bit of lack of reconnaissance. I could potentially even have them transfer to Benjamin. I mean, I could have that unit divided as well, which is really nice. Well, we'll keep them as they are for the time being, but not for long. Okay, the load has been completed here. And what I'm going to do then is actually have that unit moved out. Those units moved out to BLeAcHACiD. I can have the units transferred elsewhere then afterwards. But we'll get them moving. There are some destroyers in here as well, that's good to see. Yes, frankly, we just need to prepare for the end of Java. But it's not looking like it's far away, you know. It's not looking like it's far away. Oh, we're going to have the 2 APDs actually move over here to take Denpasar if they can. I'm going to be running some reconnaissance over Denpasar. I don't think they'll move out this turn, perhaps. They might do. It depends, really. But we'll see how things go. But if we can get some reconnaissance on Denpasar, we could probably take it. I don't think there's much in the way of units there. So we'll have the APDs unload the troops and then go pick up more troops and then before we take. I'm moving my forces over here. So they're going to be crossing over shortly. What I wanted to do then is take Chengchao and Luoyang. Try and surround it, really. That would be a wise idea. But I can't really fully surround it because I've got to go move it here. So what I'd like to try and do is, if I could get a unit there, that'd be great. But I don't think it's going to happen. I'd have to move up this way, wouldn't I? Which ain't a bad idea. I could have done with some armor there. Ah, well. There's not that many units, and I'm not that concerned. We'll see if we can actually move towards SunYan, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, I've got so many units over here, we can kind of do whatever we like, eventually. It's going to take some time, but it can be done. That's the thing. Right, they're moving out along that, so they're not too far now. Have you bombard as well? Though, in fairness, I mean, this is it. Does it really matter, him knowing what we have there? Not particularly. He's going to know what we have anyway. Let's see. That's rough. That's something that we need to consider as well as taking this road. I'd like to take that road. We'll just take it really as it comes. I've been transferring a few units around here, really. Units moving here and there. I do need to get some units into Swatal. Swatal? However you want to pronounce that. But that is easier said than done. So I will have to find something. Again, easier said than done. Yep. We'll figure it out. I think I do have a unit. So they're moving to Moy. Right. In fact, what I'm going to do then is move them there. I do have this unit that will sadly have its progress reset, but they're going to move into Chao Chao. Cha Chao. Chao Chao? Chao Chao. Well, I don't know how to pronounce that, but there we go. And they're going to move in there, and then at least we can actually satisfy the requirements here for garrison. I can't be losing, I mean, it's not a very light garrison either, but we can't be losing points in each and every turn. It's just not worthwhile. So indeed, it's going to be an interesting turn. Let me double check that these zeros are set right. Yeah. There we go. We'll see how things go. I don't really have a good place for the MKB to be. We'll run reconnaissance and then we'll see. Because we may actually want to use them for bombardment, you know. That may be what we want to do there. We'll see, we'll see. We'll have 2 more heavy cruisers moving to join them, which is nice. We're going to have the fast transport continue over there. I might even have that destroyer then move over here to take care of these guys if we can. But we'll see how that goes. And the issue is we just lose naval search over here. When I get more supply in there, I think what I might actually do is go ahead and base some G4M1s over there at Port Blair. Having 21 would be nice, because that would give us some pretty damn good range, but we'll see how things go. But yeah, to be honest, it doesn't seem like a whole lot's going on, but then this is it really. We're just getting things moving, he's getting his things moving, it's gonna be kind of crazy. I can imagine it's gonna be super crazy soon enough. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this. It's been pretty intriguing. I might have missed things. It's a little bit later here at night than I would normally record. I'm really trying to get like into this property now, you know. Really trying to like become more professional as we go forward in the future. So I think I owe it to all of you guys out there, especially to all of you who are supporting me either directly or indirectly. It's going to be a crazy year for me this year. It's a crazy year for everybody this year, isn't it? Well, the thing is, it sounds like begging, but it kinda is. I do need to try and put together funds for university so I can actually afford to move there, get a place going and everything like that. And it would be awesome if you guys could help me in that, if you could find it in you to support me. The degree that I will be aiming to get, this is it, I don't know if I can have it yet, due to the shenanigans over here at this moment in time, but the degree I will be aiming for will be Japanese Studies and History. So that'll be 4 years, and learning the beautiful Japanese language as well as history. So ideally in a few years' time, I might be able to actually make something that is worth it. I'd love to be able to say that one day, that I've made something that was worth it, and at least helped somebody and contributed to something in some way. But there we go. Not the most upbeat message there. But hey, I'm human. I make mistakes. And you know what? Everybody likes to be proud of something right. And I'm proud of having your support. There we go. So we'll save it there, and we'll end the turn. I started naming the turns after colours because it doesn't really give anything away, and it sounds cool, which is always cool. The rule of cool shall rule. I love to advance names. Well, there we go. We'll go with ruby red. There we go. Let's see if we can put down some more AKs and AKLs. That'd be great. APs too. If I could think all those like 10 ships leaving from the Dutch East Indies from Solibaya, that'd be great news. We'll see what we can do. I think we've got a better chance to hunt them down, but we shall see. But until next time, guys, I assume that's I, and have a great evening, a great day, and an even better tomorrow than it was today. Getting all poetic now. Until next time, goodbye.